Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
The Federal Terrorism Task Force likes to stay quiet and under the radar, but they found themselves at this Metro Detroit business where they found illegal weapons. What does that mean to the case? We'll have the answers.
Thank you, Rod. Plus, wet weather on tap for Metro Detroit. But the big question is, will the rain stick around as we take a live look at downtown Detroit and Campus Martius? And horror in Houston, a disaster happening on the Texas Gulf Coast of historic proportions. That, of course, topping our news at noon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Evrod Cassimy alongside meteorologist Brandon Brew as hundreds of people are stranded and calling for help as Tropical Storm Harvey continues to drop a large amount of rain. And so far, 2,000 people have had to be rescued.
It is an amazing storm. Hurricane Harvey, once a Category 4 storm, slammed into the coastline Friday and then stalled out, dumping rain for days in that region. More than 2 feet of rain has already fallen, 50 inches expected before it's all over.
And right there on your screen, you're looking at video of the turmoil in Texas and radar showing what is to come down there. Sarah Doloff is in Texas City with a look at the scene from the ground.
Since Harvey made landfall, the Coast Guard says they have performed more than 1,450 rescues. And that number doesn't include volunteers out in their own personal watercrafts rescuing people stuck in their homes. The rain keeps coming as the remnants of Hurricane Harvey continue to pour over Houston and the Texas Gulf Coast. Another day of historic rainfall, putting much of the nation's 4th largest city underwater.
Well, we rode out last year's and it was okay, but this was more than we could imagine.
Thousands have been forced from their homes.
The water was up to here. I walked out and I was just like screaming.
And the worst of the flooding isn't over yet.
Bottom line is that it's going to continue on. We need the whole community, not only the federal government forces, but this is a whole community effort.
And citizens are getting involved, joining the more than 3,000 National Guard troops and Coast Guard called in to help rescue those caught in the floodwaters. Rescues like this one that played out on live television.
Now we can see somebody on the back end of that car.
Those saved just grateful to be alive.
We prayed a lot and we just praised God, and we were rescued, so we're very thankful.
Thankful for a city and region coming together in the midst of historic catastrophe. And FEMA estimates that about 30,000 people will need some kind of temporary shelter. They are opening up what they're describing as a mega shelter in Dallas that will hold 5,000. In Dickinson, Texas, I'm Sarah Doloff, NBC News.
All right, Sarah, thanks so much. And here is the latest as far as the projected path. Currently a tropical storm. What does that mean? Well, 40-mile-an-hour winds whipping around this storm. Severe weather potential as it's right on that sea and land differential. So we could still see a couple of tornadoes popping up here. But the bigger story is the lack of movement over the next 48 hours. It's going back over the Gulf of Mexico, still a tropical storm, and then back into land with more rain. And so the projection of another 10 to 20 inches of rain could be a couple of days. It's not a single afternoon type of event, but we see some of this heavy rain into Lake Charles, Alexandria, Louisiana, New Orleans getting hammered, and it's wrapping back into Houston, an area already flooded out. So our thoughts and prayers as folks there deal with Harvey. Back here at home, Evrod, we are tracking rain showers. Not real heavy, but at times later in the day they can be. So we'll take a closer look coming up.
All right, Brandon will be checking back in with you shortly. Businesses and organizations here in Metro Detroit are on the move to help get help to the people of Houston. The U.S. Coast Guard, including the station right here in Detroit, is sending active staff members, 2 helicopters and 4 airboats to all take part in the rescue efforts. The American Red Cross sending volunteers as well to Houston, and they're also welcoming donations to help support Red Cross assistance for some of those flood victims. The organization known as DRAW, which stands for Disaster Relief at Work, is welcoming volunteers and your cash donations to support its work right now down in Houston. And Taylor-based Atlas Oil has mobilized an emergency fueling response team in Texas to ensure that the first responders there have a steady supply of necessary fuel. You can learn more about these and other relief efforts on our website. Just go to clickondetroit.com. Everything you need to know there is on the weather page. And our coverage continues throughout the day on clickondetroit.com, where we are live streaming coverage from our sister station, KPRC, right out of Houston. Again, that is there on the homepage. And right now we want to get to breaking news that we're following this afternoon from the city's east side. An investigation underway now after police find a man who was shot dead in an alley. We're told that this happened in the area of St. Aubin and East Outer Drive. Information is very limited at this hour, but we are hoping to learn more from police very soon. Also breaking at this hour, the ACLU has filed a lawsuit challenging President Trump's ban on transgender people joining the military. The lawsuit says the ban violates equal protection rights of transgender service members. Additionally, the lawsuit indicates that top military officials were surprised by the announcement of the ban on Wednesday and that his motivations are purely political. And the president is now reversing a policy that restricts the kinds of military gear that can be turned over to local police. The Obama-era policy's change was announced this morning from Attorney General Jeff Sessions, saying, quote, "This will ensure you can get the life-saving gear you need to do your job and sends a strong message that says we will not allow criminal activity or violence." The effective order takes place immediately. And now we want to get to a Local 4 update about a story that we brought you over the weekend. A Michigan State trooper has been suspended for his actions in a chase that led to a deadly ATV crash. This was on the city's east side in the area of Gratiot and Rossini. We're told preliminary investigations showed the trooper used a taser during the chase, which hit the 15-year-old male driver. And developing right now, the Federal Anti-Terrorism Task Force moved in on a suspect last week, and it led to a very unusual weekend arraignment in federal court. FBI officials saying the man was stopped as he tried to take his family to Amman, Jordan. For more on who they arrested and what led to the arrest, let's turn things over to Local 4's Rod Maloney. He's joining us live from Ann Arbor with the very latest. Rod?
Yeah, this has been a fairly long-running investigation, Rod, and it ended up coming here to the Devon storage facility here in Ann Arbor. And it was Yusuf Muhammad Ramadan who was arrested over the weekend, but it looks like there is far more to this case than meets the eye. Yusuf Muhammad Ramadan, a security guard by trade, arrested Friday and arraigned over the weekend. Court filings show the anti-terror unit stopped and questioned Ramadan as he boarded a Royal Jordanian jetliner headed for the Middle East. He apparently intended to relocate his wife and children to Bethlehem, which is, they were careful to point out, under Palestinian authority there. The Ramadans lived in this Ypsilanti apartment, where Tammy Howard told us they were very good neighbors.
They'd been gone like about 3 weeks. The kids used to play out here all the time.
Agents had been watching Ramadan for some time and followed him to this storage facility, Devon Storage on State Street in Ann Arbor. Investigators say when they questioned Ramadan about owning weapons, quote, Yusuf Muhammad Ramadan stated he owns 2 rifles and a Glock handgun, which he had placed in a self-storage unit, end quote. But then they say he changed his story. Quote, Ramadan stated that he had lied about the storage unit and actually had stored the firearms with a friend, end quote. Well, they got a search warrant for this storage locker rented in Ramadan's wife's name, and they say that they found those weapons here, plus a Jennings J22 silver-plated semi-automatic .22 caliber handgun and a Ruger MK2, also a .22 caliber semi-automatic. The only illegality so far in the case is the defense claim that Yusuf Muhammad Ramadan possessed 2 firearms, each of which had manufacturer's serial numbers removed and obliterated. Is that at all of any concern?
Yes, it is. That's really scary. Because you never know who you're living next to.
So here is the other thing that they found here at the storage facility. They found the top half of an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle, but that didn't bring any charges. So what is really going on here? Lots of questions that we don't have answers to, but there's going to be a detention hearing tomorrow, 1 o'clock at federal court. We should have a better answer for you by then. Reporting live in Ann Arbor, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Righty, Rod, hopefully we'll get those answers. Thank you. Michigan State Police now moving to safely destroy military explosive devices that were found in a home in Pontiac. A woman was cleaning her basement when she found these two objects inside of an ammunition box that belonged to her late husband, who was a Vietnam veteran. She did the right thing. She called police, and they said that it was actually a mortar training device, which could be dangerous if it was not handled properly. They were thankfully able to safely remove it from the home. A driver is in critical condition this afternoon after a rear-end collision in Lyon Township that involved this pickup truck and that semi. The pickup truck slammed into the rear of the semi at Grand River and South Hill Road. The driver of the pickup, who has not been identified just yet, had to be airlifted to the hospital to be treated. It's not clear what caused this crash just yet. All right, still to come here on Local 4 News at noon. Today is a very important anniversary. Today marks the 54th anniversary of the famous I Have a Dream speech made by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. His legacy is being honored in Washington, D.C. today. We'll tell you how coming up. Plus, caught on camera, a group of men armed with shotguns and handguns storm into this Metro Detroit business. We'll show you what they got away with and tell you all about the mistake that one of them made once they got inside. And Local 4 continues to track Tropical Storm Harvey as it stirs up continual heavy rain down in Houston, Texas, that has led to flooding throughout the region. More on that when we come back, but boats of all types are being used to rescue people from their homes and to get them to dry ground. You can see an airboat here being used in many communities to reach some of the stranded homeowners. Government agencies have put out the call to all boat owners in the area to coordinate with first responders in the growing rescue operation. More on Tropical Storm Harvey and our local forecast next. Welcome back, everyone. We have an update to a story that we are continuing to follow. It's on Detroit's west side. A white male who appears to be in his 40s was found dead in an alley with trauma to his body. This was on the northbound Southfield Service Drive right at Paul Avenue. The body was found early this morning, and police are now calling this death a homicide. They're looking for a 2013 black Chrysler 300C with a plate that reads DRS 4301. They say the front passenger tire has wheel damage to it. If you have seen this vehicle, please contact Detroit police. And 5 armed robbers storm into a Dearborn beauty supply store, but one of them forgets a crucial item that was needed to pull this heist off. The suspect forgot his mask. The crime happened at the K Beauty Supply store, the one on Wyoming in Dearborn near Tireman. The suspects demanded that the employees give them money. No shots were fired, but the employees did suffer non-life-threatening injuries. After the robbery, the suspects left in a black Chevy Tahoe that was reported stolen. Well, today marks the 54th anniversary of the March on Washington. It's a day when more than 200,000 people showed up at the nation's capital and heard Dr. Martin Luther King's iconic I Have a Dream speech. That march and the speech pressured former President John F. Kennedy to push the federal civil rights bill through Congress. Well, this morning down in Atlanta, a new statue paying tribute to Dr. King was unveiled on the Capitol grounds. And in the nation's capital, religious leaders from different faiths are paying tribute to King's legacy in a 1,000 ministers march for justice. The event, organized by the Reverend Al Sharpton, will protest what they call President Trump's moral leadership. All right, so to come here on Local 4 News at noon, we're talking about the economic impact of Hurricane Harvey. We know that it's causing trouble for the Gulf region, but it could also be wreaking havoc on your wallet. We'll explain what that's all about coming up next. Brandon?
We will talk about our best chance at getting some Harvey moisture here in Detroit. Yes, it is in the 7-day forecast, but the here and now, wet weather moving in. We'll time out your Monday afternoon and evening right here next.
All right, welcome back, everybody, as we continue to track Tropical Storm Harvey. As we give you a live look at the radar right now, you can still see that spiral. It's now a tropical storm, downgraded from a Category 4 hurricane at one point. You can see a lot of rain still there in Houston. Now, this is where first responders continue to rescue people from the unprecedented floodwaters that were brought on by Harvey. While many have been rescued from their homes, some people have been trapped alone in all of this flooding. I want to give you a look at a man who had to be rescued from 8-foot deep floodwaters in one area near Houston. You can see a truck there stranded in water, like many other vehicles of people trying to escape. Back here at home, quite a different story. It's at least starting to feel a little bit like fall. Temperatures cooling off a little bit. A lot of clouds out there, Brandon, but we're also tracking some wet weather. We're going to give you a live look at conditions in Romulus, Detroit, and Mount Clemens. I guess we'll do that in just a little bit. Let's turn things over to Brandon right now for how things are looking, Brandon.
Interestingly enough, there's a pipeline of moisture coming through the middle of the country, and that is a minor result of what is going on with Harvey down in the Gulf. Just a minor result. We get a better chance at seeing some of that rain on Sunday. Nowhere near what they're dealing with. Look at this Local 4 storm pin. We have a sister station in Houston, so the storm pin's very active down there. Saul Flores in Houston. Look at the street light here. Up to the traffic light, that water almost to the top of it. Absolutely amazing picture there. And then take a look at this one. Are you kidding me? This is an alligator outside of a country club in Houston. This is what greeted somebody as they were arriving to just check out the conditions there, but it has everything out of whack down south. We have Local 4 storm pins for free for you under WDIV in your app store. There are thousands of great pictures. Terrible situation, but really unique look at what's going on down there through Local 4 storm pins. Tropical storm with 40-mile-an-hour winds, and watch, goes back out into the ocean, just soups up more moisture, and back inland here, bringing more wet weather to Houston, to Beaumont, Texas, over into parts of Louisiana as we head over the next 48 hours. And the rain total expectation from the computer model for a lot of this coastal region will be 5 to 10 inches, but extreme eastern Texas here, this could be that 10 to 20 inches in isolated spots that just keep getting hammered. Again, this storm will go back out over the ocean and then come back in with more moisture. Currently in Houston, still getting pummeled. The yellows and oranges indicate some pretty moderate downpours, and it's also coming into parts of south central Louisiana. Right now, New Orleans, not too bad, but you know, below sea level there, it doesn't take much for flooding. Back here at home, we have some showers that are moving in. There's even a couple of rumbles of thunder down south. So we have expectations of some spotty showers through the afternoon and evening. 72 right now, only about 74 this afternoon, with heavier and steadier rains as we head into the later afternoon. We're still tracking this cold front on the move. Even as it pulls through late today, we're going to get the wraparound effect tomorrow, and you can see this pipeline goes all the way down to the south, so it is indirectly connected to Harvey and will be problematic for the next 24 hours, but no major issues. Expect a wet drive home tonight. 74 tomorrow, and through the first half or 2/3 of the day, we'll have wet weather around Wednesday through Saturday. Look nice.
All righty, Brandon, thank you. We're back in a minute. All right, everybody, finally here at noon, we have a Help Me Hank consumer alert to tell you about the impact, the economic impact of Tropical Storm Harvey.
The former head of FEMA is predicting that Harvey will have a larger impact on the economy than Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah, Wall Street analysts are predicting the insurance industry could report losses as high as $20 billion as a result of Harvey. In stock market trading today, insurance stocks are reporting losses, while oil refining stocks are on the rise. As refineries are shut down because of Harvey, some analysts are predicting gasoline prices could rise anywhere from 5 to 15 cents. Very interesting stuff. Of course, we're keeping our eyes on it, as we will all day long here on Local 4. So definitely join us for First at 4 with Karen Drew. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.